Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to dive deep into the world of Kubernetes deployment strategies. Deploying applications in Kubernetes is a critical aspect of managing containerized workloads, and understanding deployment strategies is key to achieving seamless update and rollbacks. The agenda of this video is to understand overview of Kubernetes deployment and what all common deployment strategies available, for example, rolling deployments, blue-green deployments, A/B testing. We will also see demo examples. So the very first one is the rolling deployment. In Kubernetes, a rolling deployment is a deployment strategy that allows you to update an application with zero downtime by gradually replacing instances of previous version of the application with the new one. This ensures a smooth transition without disrupting the availability of the application. So here is how a rolling deployment typically works in Kubernetes. Replica sets. A Kubernetes deployment manages a set of identical pods, often referred to as replica set. Each pod represents an instance of your application. So pod replacement happens during a rolling deployment. The deployment creates a new replica set with the updated version of your application while keeping the old replica set running. Gradual transition. The deployment controller then gradually replaces pods from the old replica set with the pods from the new replica set. This process continues until all pods are running the updated version. Rolling update. Kubernetes monitors the progress of the update and ensures that the desired number of replicas is maintained throughout the process. If there are any issues with the new version, the deployment can be rolled back to the previous version. So here I am on Killer Coda Playground. Here we are going to see the example of rolling deployment. So the very first thing that we are going to do is create a deployment. So let's create a file deployment.yml. And I'm going to create the manifest file for this. The kind is deployment, application name is my app. I have labels like app, my app, and then I'm running a container, my app container. Here what I'm going to do is I will simply use Nginx default image. So I'm going to use Nginx image with version 1.24.0. Let's save this file. Now we are going to apply this file. Okay, the deployment has been created. So let's see what all pods we have. So we have 3 pods running for my app, and the containers are getting created and those are running now. Now what we are going to do is we are going to edit the file again, and we are going to use the new version of this image, that is 1.25. Let's save this file, and as soon as we apply this file, we are going to run one more command, that is kubectl rollout status deployment my app. So this will watch the deployment status for this application as soon as we apply the file with the new version of the image. So let's apply this file kubectl apply -f deployment.yml, and it has applied. Now let us see the status. So as you can see, waiting for deployment rollout to finish. 1 out of 3 new replica has been updated. So it has started the deployment. We can also watch the status of the pod. So as you can see, the old pods are getting terminated and the new one has started running. So it is terminating the old one by one after launching the new one. And I think the deployment is complete, which is why it's not showing any output more than this. And if we see the status of the deployment, it says deployment my app successfully rolled out. Just in case if you want to see the history of the deployment, then what you can do, you can run this command kubectl rollout history deployment and deployment name. So as you can see, it has 2 revisions. So this is how you can see the history of the rolling deployment. Now just in case if you have already deployed it and there are some issues with the new version and you want to roll back or undo the deployment, in that case you can run the command kubectl rollout undo deployment my app, and it says the deployment was rolled back. And if we now check the history, it has 3rd version as well. So by default it is maintaining the 2 versions. Now let us see the deployment kubectl describe deployment my app. So it has rolled back to the previous version, which was 1.24.0. So this is how you can do rolling deployment in Kubernetes. Now there are certain benefits of rolling deployment. One is zero downtime. So user experience no downtime during the update process as the old and new version coexist temporarily. Second one is the rollback capabilities. If any issues are detected during the update, the deployment can be easily rolled back to the previous version. Then it features continuous availability. The application remains continuously available and the update process is performed gradually, minimizing the impact on users. Now let us talk about a blue-green deployment. A blue-green deployment is a release strategy in Kubernetes where two environments, blue and green, are maintained. One with the current version of the application, which will be blue, and another one with the new version, which will be green. The transition between the two environments is achieved by switching the traffic from blue to green environment. This approach allows for minimal downtime and easy rollback in case of any issues. Now let's see an example for the same. So here I am on the control plane and I'm going to create a deployment which will be blue.yml. So this is a deployment and the name of this is Nginx Blue, and I'm saying create 3 replicas and the matching labels are Nginx and blue with the key app and environment, and I'm using the containers and image as Nginx. So let's save this one. Now we are also going to create a green one. Everything will be almost same, it's just that we are changing the name of this and we are using a different image here because this will be our new version. 1.17 was the old one. So you can consider any version, like this could be a new one or the new one could be the blue one. Now let's save this file. Now we are going to create a service. Here the name of this service is Nginx service and we are giving a selector app Nginx. So this service will essentially route to a corresponding deployment based on the selector labels. So we have all these 3 files. So let's apply the blue.yml, kubectl apply -f blue.yml, and the blue has been created. Now we will do kubectl apply -f service.yml. Let's point the service to the blue color. So based on this selector, we are saying to point the service to the blue deployment. Let's save this and apply. So as you can see, we have Nginx service created and Nginx deployment, that is Nginx Blue, got created. And if we check kubectl describe svc Nginx service, so you can see it is pointing to blue one. So all the traffic coming to this service will go to the blue deployment as of now. Now we want to introduce the new version with the green color. So we will apply the green color. So we have the green deployment which is coming up. As of now, no request is going to this one because the service is pointing to the blue color. Okay, now the green one is ready. What we can do is we can tell the service to point to green color instead of the blue one. So let's do this and save this file and let's apply. The service has been configured. So as soon as we configure this service, the traffic will start going to the green color. And just in case if anything goes wrong with the green one, we can again change the service and ask it to point to the blue color. So this is how a blue-green deployment happens in Kubernetes.